Hey, you guys, I am off to bed, but I wanted to bring a quick update a, in case you missed it, on Shamsud Din Jabbar. This is continuing coverage right here. So, there have been mixed stories in the media. The first one, it said that CCC proof that there were four people which worked with Jabbar and had placed explosives all around the French Quarter. They actually said it was three men and it was a woman. And then it's like they changed their mind and said, oh no, it was just Jabbar. He was solely by himself. Now, I am going to still think that other people may have aided him. They said that they actually have footage of him placing an explosive. If that is the case, how come in earlier reports they said that it was again three men and a woman? That seems very specific. It just really does. So why, if it's just Jabbar, right? If it's just him, if he's the only one that carried out that heinous crime in the French Quarter, then you went down to his house, you talked to a few of the people that was closest to him. There's nothing else that can be done. If you believe it's just him, that's it. There's nothing else that can be done because obviously you think it's more going on because they would just leave it alone. That is my opinion. Now, the people that worked with him, if there are people that worked with him, they're following the coverage too. They're looking at what's happening on the news, and they have more than anybody's reason to look at the news because they want to make sure that nothing is leading back to them and they don't get caught. So the FBI, they went and they spoke with the mother of Jabbar and two of his ex-wives, and two of his ex-wives, they both have abuse claims. They wouldn't specifically say what type of abuse, but the first wife did have a restraining order on him in 2020. And the second wife, said, I believe recently he had inboxed her on Facebook and, asked if he can come and get some of the baby stuff. She ended up miscarrying. She didn't elaborate on did she let him come pick up the stuff or did she send him the stuff? She never elaborated on it, but she did say that she had blocked him, not because he was harassing or bothering her. It's just that she'd moved on with her life and she didn't want to visit that anymore. So Jabbar had told the judge, during, his divorces, that he was in financial ruins. That's the word that they keep using. Now, he was making $120,000 a year, but yet he said he was in severe financial difficulties. This is what he had on his finance records. Now, Jabbar does have two daughters, and he had 15 and 20 now. But I guess, they were a little bit younger then, where he had to pay some type of support monthly for them. I didn't even bother to put down the figure because, like I said, he's not here. But, and people, when it comes to divorce, they're going to try to make less of what they got, or they need more. We know how the situation goes. So, that's what it is like with that situation. So his brother, Abdur Jabbar, is 24 years old, and he described his older brother as a sweetheart, a really nice guy, friendly, smart, caring. And he says that this was not religion, it was more of radicalization. That's what he said. He said he spoke to his brother 2 weeks ago, and he never mentioned that he was going to New Orleans or any intentions of carrying out an attack. Jabbar's family was also brought up as Christians, and they said that he converted to Islam a very long time ago. Some of his family members don't think that he did this on his free will, and if he did do it, they feel that he must have went crazy because they just don't see him doing anything like this. To sum everything up in a nutshell, with what everyone said about him, he is basically described as malmannered, sweet, nice, even helped a lady carry her groceries up the stairs where they lived in some type of apartment complex, and she lived on top of him. And he was always nice, always quiet, always calm, never had any issues with him at all, at all. Now, Jabbar, his ex-wife is married to this man. I opted to not use any names if I seen any. So Jabbar's ex-wife has now remarried, and her husband said within the last recent months, he had become increasingly erratic. It was so erratic that they had to stop letting his two daughters come and visit him. Again, no specifics on what he was doing, but that is what the new man has said. Okay, so again, no specifics on anything. We're still getting he's a good guy. So the FBI, they went down to Jabbar's place over there in the trailer park, and they spoke with neighbors. Again, he kept mainly to himself. His mother and other family members would visit periodically, and Jabbar actually told them that he was moving to New Orleans that day for a new job in IT. And he was packing his truck up, and he drove away in that same white pickup truck. Now, when the FBI actually went inside that trailer park home, they said it was in a disarray. There was food and belongings everywhere. It looked like he had just left moments ago. He had a workbench inside the bedroom, and it was set up for making bombs. There was a Quran on the bookshelf nearby that was left open to a passage that was talking about slaying in the name of Allah. He had chemical residue, chemical bottles, a long list of compounds used in bomb making, all seized by the FBI. His Quran was propped on top of the bookshelf, and it stood there as a centerpiece over the living room, reading, "They fight in Allah's cause and slay are slain." So that's what it says. They fight in Allah's cause and slay and are slain. So that's a passage that he had opened. And they do say he had tons and tons of those type of books, numerous books about Islam on a shelf and around the house. He had a prayer rug that was rolled up nearby. In one of the back rooms, it was filled with children's toys and bunk beds, while the main bedroom, had the kifaya. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. The wardrobe that they wear, kifaya. He had a whole bunch of those hanging in his closet. And Jabbar had tons of videos. He had posted while he was taking that 11-hour drive up to New Orleans. He had a Facebook page, and he was posting that he had joined ISIS over the summer, and he in the videos was threatening to murder his family in the videos. Now his face wasn't on the videos because he was driving. He didn't have it propped up so you could see him, but you can hear his voice. I guess he had maybe his phone on a seat or something, but it was his voice, and this is what he was saying. But the reason why he didn't want to harm his family, because he was concerned the headlines would focus on that and not the war between the believers and the disbelievers. Now, just minutes before he would do the ultimate thing that would change so many people's lives on New Year's Day in New Orleans, Jabbar had pledged allegiance to ISIS in a video posted minutes before he sped into that rented 150 down Bourbon Street. All this was posted on his Facebook page, so I don't know who his friends are, but they've seen everything. Will these videos be shown to the public? I have no idea, But that's what's being said now. So that is pretty much the update on Shamsud Din Jabbar. I don't know, will anything else come out, because he's dead now. He's dead. We know he had 2 wives. He has 2 children. He claims he didn't have enough money to pay child support and have a type of life that he wanted. He stayed in that trailer, which was within walking distance of the mosque where he would go and pray. He was part of ISIS. So we've learned everything we could possibly learn within this 48 hours. But it should be done now. If you feel that he is the sole person, he is gone now. He's gone now. His family says they have nothing to do with this. They can't believe he even had something to do with this. So he's gone now. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep eyes on this family for the rest of their lives. I know that they are. But it's nothing else to do. So again, if he is the sole perpetrator in this horrific New Year's New Orleans massacre, they should not talk about it anymore, right? They shouldn't.